You happen to see that last video I just did that I would have just uploaded, and the whole thing about the whole what if argument? I mean, holy fuck. This Schumer guy. All the Democrats that are strongly opposed to this Supreme Court judge's nomination are using the what if argument. Oh, well, this could happen. What if this happens? You don't know. And listen, everybody is going to be displeased with somebody. It's always going to be that way. There's always going to be, you're not going to please every single person with a ruling. It's never going to happen. There have been plenty of things that have gone through the Supreme Court that I didn't agree with. It didn't fucking do anything for me. It didn't favor me. What are you going to do about it? It's just how it is. When your selling point is the Affordable Care Act, you're not really pulling me into that. Because telling me that I have to have health insurance, that I have to spend more money every fucking month. And I've had state insurance before because I'm poor. State insurance isn't very good. I mean, it will cover a lot of stuff. Kind of. After you jump through hoops, but you get absolutely no choice of doctors or service. And you get pretty cookie cutter service from the doctors you get because they know they're getting a fixed wage from the state. They also know how much they can inflate it. They also know that it doesn't matter if you're not happy with them. Because though there are some other doctors you can go to, it's just like one bad choice versus another bad choice. So a lot of times people don't change doctors. They think the doctor's going to get better. Like, oh, I just keep going to him. Maybe he'll get more reasonable. Maybe we can make some more progress. The appointments will be longer than 3 minutes. Like, it doesn't work that way. So nothing about any aspect of the fuck that insurance shit does it for me. I'm all for saying fuck insurance and doctors should just charge prices people can actually afford to pay. I know that won't be popular. This dude's saying that he's just essentially refusing to do his job. Essentially, the Senate is going to protest. No, the Senate's going to protest. They're going to put signs in their seats and just not vote. We pay these people. If you're not going to show up, then you have to stop taking the pay. Just for 2 weeks to see if Trump loses the election, fine. Then you don't get paid for 2 weeks. And what happens when Trump wins? Then what are you going to do? You're going to protest for 4 years? Now we're not going to have a Senate for 4 years? Then you don't get fucking paid. That's what I say. All this dude does is reiterate party politics. You don't have anything better than that. And all these arguments about whether or not they elect someone in an election, whether or not they nominate someone in an election year, whether or not they pass it. Just like Kamala Harris's explanation of fucking Lincoln didn't do that. Lincoln didn't have a in-session Senate at a time previous to electronics and mass transit travel where people could get back there. So it's not even the same fucking thing. He did it as soon as the Senate was back in session. What do we got to look at, really? How many Supreme Court nominees have there been since the country got started? There have been 126 confirmed nominations since the country started. There have been 37 unsuccessful nominations. However, you got to eliminate 26 of them for reasons such as the president withdrew the nomination and some other stuff like that. So 11 were actually voted against. So 11. That's how many have not made it. 11. I'm assuming that they did something to make people vote against them. Whereas this judge has done nothing but give people reasons to vote for her by her actions. Their reasons for not doing it are the what if game. What if? I speculate. I know what she's thinking. I can see the future. Those are their reasons. The other question I always have is how many nominees did the fucking Supreme Court start out with? It was 5. So before I even tell you the rest of the information, just 5. So we're at 5, we're at 9. The country's a lot bigger now than it was then. I think 5 is a good number, but whatever. 9 is not far away from 5, and it's been 9 for over 150 years. So it's not like it's swelled up to 25 and dropped. It's been at 9 for a long time, and it wasn't that far off from the beginning. It's real quick. In 1801, I'm sorry, 6. 6 is what it started at. In 1789, there were 6 seats. In 1801, it went down to 5. Which I thought it was because of an odd number, but it wasn't. It was a political maneuver by Federalists to fuck Jefferson and the Republicans. In 1837, it went up to 7 because of Andrew Jackson. And that was because of more federal circuit courts, which is the only argument these guys have. In the 1869, it went up to 9 for a brief period during the Civil War. I think it was up to 10, but then was dropped back down to 9. And there was something put into the Constitution that at least 6 members have to be present in order to hear an argument. It still says only 6 members need to be present. So it's still going back to 6, which was the original number. I said 5 at first. It was 6. 6, which was the original number of justices since 1789. Now, I don't understand how they use an even number in this at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. I would think it would have to be an odd number, but because what happens when the court splits, I don't know. But all I can say is that the court packing thing, if there's 9 on there now, all they really need to do is add 2 to make it 11, right? No, they'd have to go to 13, because if they're going to pack it, they want to make sure they pack it with people liberal enough that they can get anything that they want passed to be passed, which means the next time it'll be 17 at least, if not 21, and pretty soon it's going to be 41 or 51, and what, then fucking 100? I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't understand why it's not a law yet that the Supreme Court should have a set number of nominees. I'm not sure why they left that open. I'm assuming they left that open thinking that, the country might expand. And I can't even, honestly, I don't even know why they left it open. I just don't. I guess maybe they were afraid that 5 people would become too powerful for certain issues, so they wanted the ability to put a couple more people on there. They never in their wildest dreams thought that the idea would get run away with and we'd be looking at double digits over 20 as a realistic possibility in less than a decade's time, which is where we're at now. 200 years later, but still, 40 years later, whatever. Do your fucking job. Do your fucking job. Your job is to go in there and debate. Your job is to vote. And the other part of your job, which is the filibuster, which, interesting, they're not using a filibuster because they've also threatened to eliminate that. So why would they want to use the tool that they want to eliminate? So another thing that this says is that if they do ever decide to say, we're going to get rid of the filibuster, which again, I'm not sure how they can do that. Obviously they can because it's been talked about. But I thought that was kind of part of the whole idea of the Senate. You're supposed to go in there. Well, they've shown that if they do get rid of it, that they'll just do other things when they don't want to take action. So instead of standing there and talking and showing, we can just protest. We're just going to protest. We're going to put some signs in the seats. And fuck you. We're just not going to work. Man, fuck you. Go do your fucking job. That's it.